I was having a hard time making a video, so I figure I'm gonna try this. Today's Mental Health Awareness Day, Part 2, number 2, and I wanted to talk about grief and the impact that grief has on our mental well-being. So I'm gonna loop back. When I was little, I experienced a lot of death, like everywhere. It was just my family and friends and people from church, and it just started for me really young. So what happened was, there was a process that we had in my house when it was time to have to break the news to somebody about something. Like, we would all come in and my mom would be sitting there and we would all just kind of wait, until everybody had sat down in the room, and she would tell us all at once, like, grandpa died, or, uncle so-and-so or aunt so-and-so, and all this stuff. And so there was always this moment that I had of like, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it going to be? Who is it? Like, I knew it was someone. I would have this feeling like something was happening, and I would just want to know who it was, because I knew that like something was happening. And I carried that into my adult life, because even in my adult life, the most random things have happened to the people that I care about. I have this, there was a show that used to come on. It was called 1,000 Ways to Die. And I have experienced so many irregular ways that people have passed, in such random ways and times and ages, that I have intrusive thoughts of 1,000 ways to die. So I have to battle the anxiety of the reality that random things kill people. It's not funny. But anytime I go in a car or an airplane or anything, I'm like, I go through a list of final destination things, it has done something to me. It's done something to me to experience so much unexpected death. Truly, it has, because you learn to dread the phone call. I remember the day that I got the phone call that my brother passed. And it's like, I just had a feeling that something was off for a few days. And then the phone rang and I just knew it. I got goosebumps saying that. But it's like, if you've had that, it gives you a type of post-traumatic stress disorder. It does. It truly does. When you have triggers around things like traveling, or literally everything. When you have kids, it's worse. Like, you're like, don't go on the highway, don't go on the this, don't go on the, it's like, it's a kind of anxiety that you can't have somebody tell you is irrational, because you can't explain it conditionally. These are the conditions that make me believe that this is not irrational, because I've experienced it, right? So it gives, when you experience a lot of death, sometimes it can give you a certain kind of PTSD. And grief, we all know that being in a state of sadness for any certain amount of time can lead to depression and things like that. So I actually was looking things up before I wanted to talk about it, because it's been a while since I looked at anything, since I've been to school or anything. So there is actually something called prolonged grief disorder, or persistent bereavement disorder. It means that, it means that you are affected by death. You're prolonged it's a grief disorder, and there are actually grief disorders. And sometimes there's a lot of work and a lot of people out there going, you got to get past it, get over it, let it go, get over it, let it go, get over it, let it go, get over it, let it go. But maybe that works for the rational mind, not the grief disorder mind, who's trying to recover from grief. It can cause different kinds of depression. There's a major depressive disorder. There's like a more mild depression that can last for years and years. There's like roller coaster depression. And we all know that sorrow that grief can bring sends people over the edge sometimes, because it is so heavy and so difficult to deal with that it is ridiculous that we are not looking more and paying more attention to the effects that grief have, and when the people in our life are experiencing it, because it is a main contender. It's a main contender in things that affect somebody's mental well-being. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but yeah. So grief, grief and mental conditions, like, let's remember that grief is actually as difficult as it is. So, all right, day 2 done.